Hey everyone, it's Cecilia, and I want to do a reading on the Constitution today. I did a reading, I want to say 9 months ago, and about the karma that the United States was going to go through, and all this is that is happening now is all part of that collective karma. If you haven't gotten to see that video, get an opportunity, go and read that. But in that video, I said our Constitution was going to be stripped down to the studs and we were going to have to rebuild. As we know, we have a president and his regime that don't feel that they need to abide by the Constitution. They don't believe in due process. Now there's an issue with the Second Amendment after the shooting of a man that had a gun legally. No matter where you stand on the gun debate, it's just been one thing after another, a constant attack. So, what I want to do is I want to see what's going to happen with the Constitution. Now, please understand that this is for entertainment purposes only. I feel energy and I'm reading the cards and I'm using my intuition. I can be wrong. I am human, but I'm more right than I am wrong. And on top of that, I'm just curious. I want to know. I do know it's going to be a long road to go. And we are going to come out of it at the other end and we are going to be better. So it tells me that somewhere along the line, the Constitution is going to be upheld. I'm going to try I'm going to be using my, the Place Oracle. Okay. This is all about place, isn't it? But it's the symbolism. This is a deck totally on the intuition of its reader. And so I want to kind of read and see where we are in the thing. I got this table. Well, I'm at a desk. I'm in a hotel. And wait till you see. Usually when I'm doing videos, I'm bending forward onto my ottoman or my coffee table because I don't have a desk. The kids have desks, but I have no room for a desk. And I just do the best I can. So let's go ahead and let's see. So this is, I'm going to have to get creative on how you see the videos. It's just kind of weird. Okay. Let's take a look. Let's see. The Constitution. Please tell us truthfully, angels and guides. Let us look into the Akashic records for the truth on where the United States Constitution, the future of the United States Constitution. Let's take a look. Get in there. My hands hurt because I've been driving and I have my hands on the steering wheel and I have arthritis, so too long in one position. Kind of sucks. That's the thing about getting old, huh? Or getting older. Yeah. Doesn't help that I've broken a lot of my fingers. Klutz. So if you were to look at my fingers, you tell where they're broken. So and where I've got nodules from arthritis. It's like, oh yay. But that's okay. I still got my witty personality. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's see where we are here. Okay, I got them upside down. Have to do this. I kind of have to hold it because so you guys can see the cards. So the Constitution. Okay. This is a picture, and it says overhead shelter, protective canopy, and rooftop views. What stands out to me here is the protective canopy covering over the United States. The Constitution is what protects us from, well, protects our rights and makes sure that government is doing what they are supposed to do. Maritime adventure, nautical journeys, and sailing adventure. And it's a ship. It is a ship. What's coming to me is a journey. Okay, it's not the nautical journey, it's the word journey itself that is, we are on a journey. A journey on whether or not our Constitution survives or whether it fails, well, or whether we take aspects of it and make it better. But we have started a journey. Okay. Okay, this is a beauty salon. Okay. It's about hairstyling, makeup artistry, relaxing spa service, grooming, and styling. Let's see, what do I see with this one? I don't know about you, but when I go to a beauty salon, which isn't very often anymore, I want to feel better. I want to look better. I want to feel better. And I want an improvement in the way I look. What I'm getting from this card is improvement. We're going to want to make an improvement. And not just, we want to make some like changes, because when we go to beauty salon, a lot of people, they get their hair cut, they get their hair dyed. Some places people get facials, others get manicures, especially like in spa. So we want it to be better. We want to improve it. We want to improve. I don't want to say the look of the Constitution, but its functionality. I know when I get a haircut, and I stopped dyeing my hair because I didn't like the roots. I kind of like my little silver hair here. But anyway, when I get a haircut, I get it cut in such a way, then I don't have to fuss with it anymore. I want to be done with it. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here. We want to make the Constitution in such a manner that it's pleasing to the pleasing to the eyes, so to speak. Like you go to beauty salon, but it's not really the eyes. It's pleasing to the people. That it is, good. I'm trying to think how we want it to be better. We want it to look better. We want it to be better. Okay, for lack of a better word. Okay, workspace. Productive environment, creative zone, technology hub. It's going to be work. It's going to be work to come up. It's either going to be work to keep the Constitution we have, or it's going to be work to rebuild and tweak the Constitution of some of the flaws that we are seeing in it right now. arena, competitive environment, sporting events, and performance stage. Not everybody is going to agree what needs to be done. It's going to be like team sports here. Um, you got people that are more interested in a variety of different things. So not really a battle, but it's going to be like a competition or performance to see who's going to win out. What gets fixed, what gets, or even if we just keep it. It's I mean, it's like being torn apart right now, and it feels like a bad sports game, bad football game where you have somebody that's supposed to be upholding the Constitution is not doing it, and the rest of us are like I mean, they're like the quarterback in that, and we're the one that wants to. uh, we're the rest of them at linebacker. We're going to be the ones that are fighting for the Constitution. This is a window. The window, and it says framed views, glass portal, and windowsill. Light is going to be shown in. We're going to see where the weaknesses are, because we're going to have a window into it. We're going to have the light streaming in. We'll be able to look at what the what needs to be done. Library. It says research resources. We're going to need that. It wouldn't hurt us to look and read what the founding fathers wrote, whether it's in the Federalist Papers or their letters or anything else, to find out what they had in mind and what they were thinking about. A lot of people don't realize there's so many of our founding documents that you can look at on the archives and see exactly. And they actually have transcripts of early Congress and that, and you can read those too. So we're going to be looking at that. We're going to understand the mindset of the founding fathers. We're going to be looking into it, or we're going to be relying on our historians. That could be too. Supermarket, a variety of products is what comes to mind. And you know what I just popped up in my head? Universal single payer healthcare. But it doesn't have to be that. One of the things I always talk about with universal single payer healthcare is I always say that we got all these countries that have it. Surely we could look at all of them, analyze them, and find out what best works for us. But it could be with any issue. We can look at an issue, look at a thing that we want to fix, and see what best works for us. And we can actually, it's like picking and choosing. We don't have to do everything exactly how somebody else does it. We can, it's like a grocery cart. When you go grocery shopping, you're buying food that is best for you and your family, based on what you can afford, based on your nutritional needs, that type of thing. Well, the Constitution could be the same way. What is it that we need as a people? We're not the same people we were at the founding of this country. A lot of people don't realize, they think, oh, everybody was fighting we fought for our freedom. But do you realize that there was a sizable segment of the population that were loyal to the king and still wanted to be in a kingdom? They didn't want to be free. They didn't want independence. That was I don't know if it was because it was too much work for them or they just like being told what to do, but we have the same thing going on now where we have people that are totally happy with somebody that's saying, I want to be a dictator, and they're acting like a dictator. And some people are okay with that. They want to be told what to do. But then you have a whole other bunch of people that says, no kings. Okay. So there's going to be a variety of different things. We're going to have to put it together. We're going to have to make it our own. A restaurant. This says celebrity dining, celebratory dining. When this is all done and over, when we have finished the work, when we have put together, we are going to be celebrating. Okay. I don't know if there's anything else. Let's see, this is factory. Factory will work. We're going to be building. It's going to take a lot of building to do. Factories put together things. They build things. We are going to be building. So we are going to be building our Constitution. We are going to be fixing it to meet our needs. Arid landscapes, ruined sands, and endless horizon. Desert. Let's see, desert. Does that fit in here? You know, it just popped in my head. People that think, well, politics is boring. I don't want any part of this. I don't care. And it's kind of weird. That's what popped in my head. Oh, that doesn't match. I think the desert probably doesn't match. Okay, so when I'm looking at all these cards, we are going to have to do something with our Constitution. No doubt about it. We're going to have to look onto history. We're going to have to work on it. We're going to have to make it work for everybody, or most everybody. Do you know our original Constitution, our Constitution that we have, did not work for everybody. It was for white males. Women aren't even mentioned in the original Constitution. I'm not talking about the amendments. Blacks were considered 3/5 of a person, and Native Americans were considered savages. It was all about the white male. I think that's going to change. I don't know if we're going to totally rewrite the Constitution. First, we're going to fight. We're going to work hard to keep it. But we're going to make some changes to it. And the reason why we're going to make changes to it is so that we are never in this position again. And I see a lot of changes. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be around for all those changes, because I said that the building was going to be rebuilding the country, and that was going to be long and painful and hard. I can't give you a timeline. I just know it's going to be long, painful, and hard. The same way with this Constitution, making it work for everybody. It's going to be a challenge. The question is, are we up for that challenge? Are we willing to do what it takes? Do we care enough? You've got a whole bunch of people that don't care. I don't know what's going on in their minds. To be honest with you, I gotta be honest with you. I don't understand what's going on in their minds. But we are going to be rebuilding the Constitution. Anyway, you have a wonderful night. Try to stay warm. It's very cold out there. Cold for Florida, even colder and terrible. I heard some people have already died from this weather. I don't know the numbers. I don't watch regular television, so I'm not as up to date on that. So, but anyway, you have a wonderful night. I think I've just now did my last reading for night because I'm about ready to fall out. You have a great night. Mwah. Good night.